Zach here with Casual Conversation with Zack Scicluna. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to go about talking about something that really actually stemmed a little bit of some good memories for me here the other day when I was going through a bookshelf of mine, and it was a book that initially kind of got me going into things in the sense of trusting the process, staying committed to something, working hard, just not giving up, picking a good mentor, and just sticking with things. And it was a book, Chop Wood, Carry Water, and it's by Joshua Medcalf here. And funny enough, I actually had a teacher with that same last name, no relation from my understanding, but it was one of these books where when I read it, I just couldn't believe just the simpleness of things. 9 times out of 10, you tend to overthink things when you try to go and do something. It's, I'll do this once I'm here, but then you're never there, so then you never do that other thing, and in turn, you never reach those goals you decided way out there. And so, the cool thing about this book was, it was somebody that basically decided they were going to try to achieve a goal. They had a goal, and they went to a place where they could. I don't want to ruin the book for you, it's a very easy book to read. Goodness, I think that's part of the reason I like it is it's right about 100 pages long and has big font, so that's right up my alley for book wise. And so it was funny because this person they go to a given place to get trained by somebody to do something, it was something they've always wanted to do, and so they went and they started to get taught by this person, and they were like, hey, when am I going to start doing these things? When am I going to be able to do the cool stuff or that fun stuff? And it's like, you will, trust me, you will, but you need to do this first and this first. You need to chop wood and you need to carry water. It's like, all right, come on, when am I going to do the cool stuff? Let me, whatever industry you're in, whatever your thoughts are in life, but it's like, hey, I want to go do that fun thing, or I want to reach that one goal, and skydiving could be an example. Hey, I want to just jump out of an airplane. Well, there's kind of a process you need to go through to achieve that goal, at least safely. Safely, that's the key word there, safely. And in this book, they kind of cover that way of sometimes you just have to earn your stripes. You do have to do things the hard way, and it's not always easy. And when you think it's gonna be easy, it gets hard again. And then sometimes the hard things are easy because you put in that hard work a long time ago. And so a partial little spoiler, I won't give out the details, but the concept of the chopping the wood and carrying the water, it actually truly went in line with those fun things and those goal-oriented things he wanted to do. Kind of like Karate Kid. Sometimes that reference Karate Kid's way over some folks' head, but wax on, wax off. It ended up being very similar to the chop wood, carry water. But it's just a different enlightenment on it, and it's a book form obviously, and it's nice and short, a little bit inspiring in that scenario. So I recommend the book if you get a chance. Again, Chop Wood, Carry Water. Not sponsored by him or anything like that, but I was going through my bookshelf the other day, and I went through it, and I just was impressed nonetheless with just the thoughts of how this kind of stemmed a lot of where I was at a long time ago, and starting into my own ventures, and it just kind of planted that seed to just do the hard work and be relentless. And so for me, I'm like relentless to make sure my customers are happy, relentless on my communication, kind of go over and above and beyond and treat people the way I wanted to be treated. And I just did that day in and day out and day in and day out, and it's truly yielding dividends. And I'm just blessed and honored to be in the given circumstance I am, to be able to share this info and this story with you. But it all, again, kind of started with a book like this. And I know a lot of people can say, they can kind of pinpoint to one thing, and I know mine was kind of like an avalanche of things. One of the things was I found out I was going to be having one of my kids at the time when I really went into all this self-growth concept of knowing, hey, if I'm going to be a father, I need to be the best person I can be before I can even be the best dad I can be. And it kind of went hand in hand for myself. But on the back of the book, just so you kind of know what we've got going on here. So some things you'll learn. Some things you'll learn from this book or inside the book. No matter how it feels, you're always building your own house. So it's a unique thought process on that one. Basically means you're either tearing it down or you're building it up. Folks don't always think of that. If you're in a house, You can be just staying there, and if you just stay inside, you're technically kind of working on the house, you're kind of building on it. But that being said, maybe you're not actually working on it and it's just corroding in down around you. So you need to be working on yourself at all times. You need to be staying positive, you need to be encouraging yourself, you need to be going and learning something new. Maybe going for a promotion, maybe going for a goal of yours, trying to do something that's outside your comfort zone. It'll just make life a little bit more interesting and exciting, and just something memorable. We talked to folks generations above us and such, and we talk to them, and you hear about all those wild adventures that they went on. You're like, how could you do that? Well, again, they were always working on themselves. They were always going. They were little busybodies, always go, go, go. And so now we have so many things that make our life so comfortable. It's sometimes difficult to step out those comfort zones and go that way. So again, something else you would learn in this book is how and why you must surrender the outcome in order to be at your best. So again, sometimes you have to surrender your ego and just do the gruesome, rough stuff of a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. Dirty job's got to get done, and you just got to do it and stick with it, and it'll work out. It always does. Always does. And that's the same concept. And I'll read one more here before I go. I won't ruin kind of all of this concept, but this is kind of the things that are within the book you'll find here. And so again, here you say, some things you'll learn in this book is why you never want to have your identity wrapped up in what you do. And that's an interesting concept. So for example, Zack Scicluna, myself, being a licensed realtor, real estate consultant, sometimes if you put all your ego into something like that, instead of just being Zack Scicluna, being myself, if I put my ego into what I do, then if something ever happens to that thing that I do, whether I can't sell houses anymore, I can't talk, maybe I can't talk anymore. And because I can't talk anymore, I can't help people through the process. That's a very limited mindset. There's a lot of, my mind's already thinking of 20 ways to get around that if I couldn't talk or anything, but that's the concept, is you put your identity into something. If that something is gone, then what are you left with? But if you start with what you are and who you are, and you focus inward and you look outward, it kind of helps you kind of be free of what the outcome of things might be. You're not so worried about what what's going to be thought of or things like that. But if you focus on yourself and know who you are on the inside, you're your own worst enemy, is what folks will say. And so at this point, if you focus on yourself and you're your harshest critic, and you just keep going and doing and trying, you're gonna just do wonders in your life. And I know you're already doing wonders in your life if you're watching these videos, because you're thinking about what's the next step in your life, what your goals are. You're thinking about that right now, and you're watching this video, and I'm honored to be a part of you looking into the goals of your own life. And please reach out. I'd be honored to kind of talk to you and see what those goals are, and if I could help in any way, put you in contact with folks that could help you achieve those goals. But again, that's our casual conversation for today. Again, Shop Wood Carry Water was a book that I had found going through a bookcase, and thought about how it did plant a little bit of seed in focusing on my internal thought process. So thank you again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and thank you again always for tuning in. And if you have any folks or yourself needing any real estate questions answered, selling, investing, buying, I'd be honored to help. As well, if you'd like to get on our monthly magazine subscription, please do reach out. I can send one of those over your way and get that going. And if you'd like any home information for yourself, please reach out. I'd be honored to send you complimentary market analysis for you. So stay well. Thank you again for tuning in. Stay well. Bye.